Welcome, everybody, to the
I'm Fat Podcast.
Snacks are best saved for later.
With Jay Zawoski.
That man ate all our shrimp and 2 plastic lobsters.
And Rick Camp.
Out of the mist came a beast more stomach than man.
Welcome into another edition of the I'm Fat Podcast, brought to you by our sponsors, Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, Frato's Culinary Kitchen, and fellow fat Jay Zawoski.
Yes.
New sponsor to the podcast. We're coming in hot this week. Nik Ivy Brewing Company in Lockport. Let's go. Beat that, JB Pritzker.
To our governor, JB Pritzker. Let's make some noise.
All right. Welcome, Nik and Ivy. We're very excited to have Nik and Ivy Brewing Company from Lockport, my old stomping grounds in college when Lockport was not what it is now.
No.
I was like, damn, Lockport. Pinkies up, everybody. I was impressed with how nice Lockport looked since I got there. We're going to tell you about Nik and Ivy here in a minute. But first, a couple of reminders. Make sure you're following us on social media at I'm Fat Pod, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Right? Yes, that's everything. We've got the fan page on Facebook as well. I'm Fat Podcast Fans. Check that out. That's a lot of fun. A lot more active than our actual Facebook page. Merch. I'mFatMerch.com, powered by our friends at TeePublic. Get yourself some new I'm Fat gear. Got a bunch of new designs out there, so check those out. Patreon.com/I'mFatPod if you want to chip in a few bucks, or you can do that via Spotify. Go to the Spotify description of our podcast, click that link, and you can chip in a couple bucks a month, and we would greatly appreciate it if you did that. I think that's all right.
Yeah,
cool. Leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, and follow our YouTube page, youtube.com/I'mFatPodcast. When we're not live, the episodes are published every Tuesday, so you can watch on our YouTube page as well. And every time you do, hit that like button for us. We'd appreciate that. Yeah, so let's start with Nik and Ivy, our new sponsors. And as we tell everybody, we don't just accept any sponsor willy-nilly. So Rick and I met up last week. We said, I guess we're going to have to go try some of this beer.
we do what we have to for you.
We do. That's the sacrifice we make. As I crack my Nik and Ivy beer right now, I'm drinking.
Which one are you drinking?
I got the beer dart here, which is
should I go get one?
Water. Sure, go for it. I'll
okay,
drink.
hold on a sec.
I'll talk about it. Oh man, it is so good. It is so good. And you guys have heard me talk about beer on the show before, and I talk about how I'm not like the biggest hop nut in the world. You don't have to kill me with hops every time you serve me a beer. Nik and Ivy had everything you could want, from sours to, this light lager. The beer dart is great. They had a raspberry wheat and just so much good beer. Anything you could want, whatever your beer tastes are, they had them at Nik and Ivy. It's really a great spot. 1026 South State Street in Lockport. You can follow them on social media at Nik and Ivy Brewing on Facebook or Instagram. NIKANDIVY Brewing on Facebook or Instagram. Their website is nikivybrewing.com. But really, if you're like in the South Burbs, take a trip over to Lockport. Cool town, lots to do there. There's a cool new theater, a bunch of nice restaurants, which we'll get to that in a little bit. But Nik and Ivy was great. I love the beer. I thought it was terrific, super easy to drink, really affordable. I think this beer dart was like $2.50.
Was it really?
Yeah, for a pint of beer dart.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great. Nik and Ivy is outstanding.
Yes.
We had a great time there. And we got to meet Paul, one of the owners, and it was just it was terrific.
All right, I've got the Runyon Red. So this is a staple one. It's got its own label. And all right, so the description on this one as I crack it is that it's named after Armstead Runyon, the first settler in Lockport, coming here all the way back in 1830. The beer is delicious, having notes of malty caramel and a touch of toffee. finishing with a light hop aroma and bitterness to balance the sweet. I'm a sucker for reds, so I was excited to try this one. This is not one of them that we tried when we were there, too, so I wanted to try another one.
Live taste test here.
Mm-hmm. Smooth.
Yeah.
It's like
You had-
really smooth.
You had a look of satisfaction on your face as that went down.
Yeah. So like, and one thing we spoke with Paul about is like, a lot of people, the stereotype is people that are like big time parts of breweries and whatever are all about like throwing hops in your face and let's fit as many hops as we can. And they have options like that for you if that's your deal. Cool. Good on you. I'm not that guy.
No, me neither.
Plenty of options that are for people that just want a real good taste. Like a lot of them are between like that 4.5% and 6.5% too. So they're solid, easily drinkable, like good. Like I'm telling you, like looking down the list, lots of things that I'm here for.
Yeah. So I had the Lake Life. Love that one. That was the American Pale Wheat. Absolutely terrific. Learned on the Street is one I have in the fridge. I'm saving for a special occasion. It's got Cookie Monster holding his trench coat open to children, holding a bag of cookies.
The best, the best art on any beer I've ever seen, and it's not particularly close. So Beer of Dreams was my favorite.
Yeah, you love that one. That was great too. You had the 1853 too, right? The cream ale.
Yeah, and I'm generally not like I like vanilla in general, but with my beer, it's been very touch and go. This one was really good. Really smooth. Again, just like everything goes down smooth. Even if it's like things that are a little hoppier, it still goes down real smooth and easy drink. So like 100% here for it. And believe me, we may be recording at 10 o'clock at night on Sunday. Do I care that I'm drinking at this point? No, because it's delicious.
Yeah, it's delicious. It's great. It's terrific. So check them out. Nik and Ivy Brewing in Lockport. Again, that address 1026 South State Street. NikIvyBrewing.com. Nik and Ivy Brewing on Facebook and Instagram. That's NIKANDIVY Brewing. Check them out. You will love it. We're happy to have them aboard. Excited to have them aboard. It's been a while since we've added a new sponsor, but they reached out to us and we said, all right, we'll come check it out. And really impressed. We were there on open mic night. And it wasn't just a bunch of jabronis getting up there singing out of tune. It was good music, awesome vibes, tons of TVs to watch sports for. It's not a big place at all, but they had 9 TVs. Like it was great. And you know what I liked about it? A place you can just kind of pull up a chair and have a beer and have a good conversation with Paul, the bartender. Yeah. And it was real like a laid back, not pretentious spot at all.
Exactly. Yeah. The vibes were immaculate. That's for sure.
And I got a long time Hawks fan, Puck Jim.
Yes. And he pretty much came up to me and was like, I know you exist too. Which I get it.
I have known of Puck Jim for probably 30 years since I was back on like the old blackhawkzone.com message boards. He was like a frequent contributor. So I finally got to meet him. It was awesome. So yeah, Nik and Ivy Brewing Company in Lockport, terrific. And that was not the only wonderful experience I had in Lockport that night. We kind of put this plan together last minute, and I texted Rick and said, hey, can you meet me out for tacos? And it just didn't work out. But my cousin Andrew they live in Lockport, and I said, hey, I need a couple recommendations. So he gives me a list, and I see this place called Taco Heaven. I'm like, okay, that's across the street from Nik and Ivy.
Right. It's also redundant.
That's true. It's true. But I was so glad I went because the food there was just terrific.
Yeah.
First of all, whenever I try a new place, I get chips and salsa. Right? Like that's a given.
Sure.
So these chips were so fresh that you could see in the picture on your screen, Rick, that there's a chip sitting in the salsa.
Yes.
That's because the chip was so hot that I couldn't hold it.
Wow.
That's how fresh these chips were. I've never had chips that fresh before. They were terrific. The salsa was amazing. Big chunks of tomato, big whole jalapenos. Not whole jalapenos, but like whole big, like quarter-size jalapeno slices. Yes. The right amount of cilantro, which to me, you really can't have too much, but I know a lot of people don't like too much of it. Onion. It was just perfect. So I brought some home. What day did we go? Was it Wednesday? Tuesday. I finished the chips and salsa yesterday, and they were still as good as the day I had them.
Oh, wow.
So the other thing, too, about this place is as I switch the screen to my giant burrito.
Yeah, when you sent me the cross section of your burrito,
Yeah.
you know what? It honestly, it looked like the business end of a meat grinder, but it just so happened to have a tortilla around it.
Yes, it was just loaded with cheese. Because I always go steak, beans, and cheese in my burritos. I don't like hot lettuce. I don't like hot tomatoes, so I don't usually get veggies in my burritos. So rice, beans, cheese. Sometimes
Got a lime on the side. That counts.
There is a lime. That's a vegetable. Yep, or a fruit rather. The burrito is great. And so I was talking to the owner.
Mm-hmm.
Super interesting guy. They had only been open for like 7 months, and he said they never freeze their meat. Every day he goes and gets the meat for that day. They cook it, and then that's it. And then the next day they do the same thing. They don't freeze anything. So you could tell everything from the salsa to the meat to the cheese was incredibly fresh. It was absolutely excellent. So if you want to go check out Taco Heaven in Lockport, and you should, I want to go back. It's 1001 South State Street in Lockport. That's right downtown Lockport. Little tiny place on the corner. I almost drove past it a couple times, but they got the nice little sign, and you walk in. It's a little place, but holy cow, I was blown away by the food at this place. And again, it's not complicated. It's your basic burritos, tacos, all that sort of stuff. But all of it is super, super high quality, super delicious. The salsa, I still say the best salsa in Chicagoland is the Pancho Pistola's in Bridgeport. I think that is the best salsa made that I've ever had. This is a very, very close second.
Wow.
I actually thought of like, is this better than Pancho's? No, not quite, because Pancho's a little bit different, a little bit unique. This was right up there. I loved it. Taco Heaven in Lockport. Again, 1001 South State Street in Lockport. It was awesome. It was so good. And what was cool is it was packed. And most of the people in there were like, oh, yeah, I've been meaning to try this place. I'm glad I did. And, and the owner talked to everybody. And everyone's like, I can't wait to come back. Or I was here just a couple days ago and I wanted to come back. Nice. So hopefully things are taking off for Taco Heaven in Lockport, because it was tremendous. So very successful trip, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, and Taco Heaven, if you're standing outside of Nik and Ivy, you can see Taco Heaven.
Yeah.
So in theory,
do both.
Or get the food from Taco Heaven, bring it to Nik and Ivy, have that as your food, and then get a beer.
Yeah, because Nik and Ivy does not have their own food. They have like pretzels and stuff like that, but like, but they allow you get free delivery from any of the local businesses that come there. So yeah, bring your own food, bring your Taco Heaven right into Nik and Ivy. Boom, you're good to go. But it was great. What a wonderful trip. I'm really glad we got to make that work, and happy to have Nik and Ivy Brewing aboard.
Yes. So I went to a place that I likely would not have gone outside of the circumstance that I did, and I'm glad that I went.
Okay.
So this past Thursday was Sam's birthday.
Happy birthday, Sam. And
so it was her choice. You know, she got to choose dinner. And one thing that we have disagreed on is that she is huge into Asian food. So we don't do a lot of Asian food just because generally I shy away from it. So we went to 8,000 Miles in Roselle.
Okay.
And the address is 107 Main Street in Roselle. So like right across the street from the train station, right in downtown Roselle. Great area. And I got the dried chili chicken.
Oh, yes.
It was awesome.
Yes.
For one thing, the portion is huge. That is not a small bowl there.
No,
so that shows A, how much food they give you, and B, how much rice they give you. Because that rice is not an insignificant portion. And just like, and to be fair, apparently it is hotter than the version I got, because I asked them how hot was it, And I was basically like, I don't need it like full white, but I need it at least like half white.
Yes.
So tone it down some. And the guy was like, cool, we got you. So it was like, you get that flavor. It was like dried chilies on there. So it was dried chicken, wok fried. I wrote everything down to make sure I didn't forget it because I'm an idiot. And it was fried with blackened chilies, roasted garlic, scallions, Szechuan peppercorn, and chili oil.
Yeah.
So,
dude, that looks good. So was it crunchy?
It was crunchy, yeah, because it was like a nice light. It was like a nice light fry on it, which I always appreciate. And it like every layer of it, like even with it being there, with there being so much, none of it was like kind of mushy and at any point. All really cooked well, all with that nice fry on it. I'm very happy I got it. And what everybody had, because I was there with Sam's family, and so everyone had something a little different. Everyone was happy with their food. It all looked incredible. They've got some nice drinks as well. And I think I figured out with this, my issue is with soy sauce.
Okay.
As long as I'm guessing more often than not, as long as you keep soy out of it, I'm probably good to go.
Yeah. So I'm with you. A lot of people put soy sauce on their rice, on everything. I don't like soy sauce. To me, it tastes like just salt.
Mm-hmm.
And of course I like salty food, but I don't like soy sauce at all. Yeah. So like, yeah, like I that's not surprising that you said that, because I'm always so surprised that you don't like Asian food, because especially, I mean, unless you're going to like a super authentic place,
sure,
all it is breaded chicken with whatever kind of sweet and spicy sauce on it. Like, it's not anything that you wouldn't like. So I've always been kind of like confused by your aversion to it. But if you don't like soy sauce and that's all you've had, I totally get that. And I'm also not the biggest teriyaki fan in the world either.
Yeah, same.
Like there's a lot of people that love teriyaki, and I'm like, nah, I kind of don't love teriyaki stuff.
Now, like I can do it.
Yeah, but I don't look forward to it.
Exactly. Like teriyaki is a survive in advance experience as opposed to an enjoy it experience.
Look, some people love it, and I'm not saying it's bad. It's, for me, like it doesn't move the needle for me.
Right.
I flat out do not like soy sauce. I don't put soy sauce on anything. But I'm glad you went. I'm glad you found something you like, and now I hope you will stick with it and kind of like stay in that category. Like,
sure,
Mongolian beef or Mongolian chicken is something that you would really like. Szechuan beef or chicken, whatever. Those peppers, that are in there, those dried chilies, that plate looked impressively hot. And you said they cut it down.
Yeah, they cut it down, and it was like to the point where the only reason I was beating up was because we were sitting outside.
Oh no, dude, those are like one of those in a bowl is hot. I remember my grandpa used to get the Mongolian beef, and one day he was like, he had macular degeneration, so he didn't see very well, and he just like made a scoop and ate one of the full peppers, and he like ran to the bathroom like, what's wrong with Grandpa? And he was like, he's like, bring me a beer. So we had to bring him his room temperature beer, which he always drank. Nice. His room temperature High Life, and that helped him get the pepper down. But yeah, it was like, what's wrong with it? Like, we thought he was gonna throw up or something, but it was just he just reacted to the heat. Yeah, it's no joke. But I'm glad. See, Rick, you're trying new stuff, man.
Right, and like I like the place too because they were it's Chinese and Japanese, so you can get either type of cuisine. Also, I think they're smart in the fact that there's a lot of pictures in the menu. They realize there's a lot of dummies like me going in there that need to see it. Like, reading it on the page is only going to do so much. You need to be able to see it, and the picture is partially what sold me.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it looks great. And have you ever had hibachi, like cook on the table hibachi?
If I have, it's been forever.
Oh my God. To me, that is like the ultimate. That steak and shrimp, and oh my God, they give you so much food, and it's so good. And they do use a little bit of soy sauce in it, but it's to cook, not to like sauce.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So that they put it in the rice to give it a little bit of saltiness, but it's not, nothing tastes like soy sauce, you know?
Sure.
Yeah, you should totally. Hibachi's a great date night too.
Yeah.
It was not a date night, but me and my dad were on a trip once and we went to Hibachi and this kid, maybe like little 2 or 3 year old, just like went, wow, and just put his hand on the grill. That was scary. And he was like, you know, yeah. Fortunately, like they had not cooked yet. Like it wasn't fully turned. Like it was just whatever. They keep it warmish. Like between meals. It could have been a lot worse. But oh my god, dude, it's so fun and the food is great. You should totally do it. I'm good. I'm happy for you. I'm very happy for you.
I'm almost becoming an adult.
Well, you know, like look, we are the product of our environment.
Yeah. And
my parents were never adventurous. Well, my mom was never an adventurous eater.
Yes.
Which means none of us were.
Right.
Because
we both come from quite the environments.
Yeah. And you know, I think your partner's past probably would fall into the same category. In terms of So, you know, me being married to Hope has opened my mind up to some different kind of foods and stuff. Not that she's like Lady Exotic or anything, but like there's a vegetable here and there.
Sure. Yes.
Like people laugh at me like I seriously did not have I never ate lettuce until college.
That's insane.
I know, but it was the house I grew up in. Like I want to be fat and diabetic and all that shit. Like the first time I had first time I had lettuce was they opened up like a sub station at Lewis, right by Lockport, by the way. So you could do like pick your meat, pick your toppings. I'm like, well, I'm getting a sub. I have to have lettuce, right? I thought it was like a rule.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, that's not too bad. It tastes like nothing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Delicious. So that was the first time I had lettuce. Yeah.
Nice.
College. Like junior year.
I mean, our thing was we had lettuce, but we had salads before we would have some meal. And our salads consisted of iceberg lettuce, maybe some carrot, and croutons. That was our salad.
Yeah, right. Hey.
I'm sure my mom wanted to try and get us to do more. Like, I don't think Casey would. My dad would have some radishes in his. I wasn't, just like nothing green or red, no Christmassy colors in there. Give me a little bit of carrot, and that can suffice.
Yeah, yeah. There's like no nutritional value to iceberg lettuce, but it's my favorite too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So whatever, get off me. I've had a salad that's not in a taco. It's not a taco salad.
Exactly.
It's not in a fried tortilla.
You deserve credit for that. We all do. Hey, this week I went to visit Mazda of Orland Park. I got my oil changed because my car tells me you are due for an oil change. And I love my Mazda, but if Mr. Mazda is listening, that's a little annoying.
Yeah, mine's doing the same thing. And I'll be honest, I've been ignoring it. And the problem is I've ignored it too long now.
Well, Mr. No Notifications ever. No, do not. I cannot deal with it. So as soon as that goes on, I am making an appointment. I made it like for the next morning. I was there for 35 minutes, got my oil change, got my tires rotated, and got the carbon top engine carbon clean. I don't know if I need that or not. Car people, let me know if that's the thing I need. It said recommended every 15,000 miles. I said, sure, cool. Throw it on there. Yeah. Let's do that. Went down to pay, and the guy said, hey, I found a coupon that you didn't have. I just added it, so it saved you like 30, 40 bucks. I'm like, sweet. So that was nice. That's the sort of service you get at Mazda of Orland Park. What's cool too is they send you like a video inspection of as your car is being worked on. Hey, your filters look clean. Here's your brakes. Your brakes look good. Here's like a video of the undercarriage of the car, not the mechanic. That would be bad. They open up the hood. They show you they top off all the fluids, and then you get a text and it says like, here are the. You click a link and it takes you to a website that says, here are the things we suggest you get. And there's like, you can select or deselect, right? So do you want a new cabin filter? Yes or no? Click no. Boom, boom, boom. You approve what you want. Bam. They start working on it. And 20 minutes later, your car is done, washed.
Nice.
Ready to go. It's a wonderful experience. Not only do I love my Mazdas, I got 2. But the experience at Mazda Orland Park is just amazing, and it smells awesome in there. They've got some kind of like scent running through. I think it's like a new car smell.
Okay.
Pumped through the building, and every time I walk in, I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
It's awesome. 8910 West 159th Street. Go visit our buddy Eric Fates. Give him a call, 708-444-3200. Mazda of Orland Park.com. Sorry.
Are you triggering yourself?
I am. By the way, speaking of triggering yourself, Rick, I sent you a text this week.
Yes.
And I said, have you ever, never have I ever, have you ever eaten somewhere with the intention of making yourself poop? Rick lowered a finger for the.
You gotta put the finger down for that one. Either to poop or basically just flush your system out.
Yes.
Yes.
So I had been a little bound up this week, and I was frustrated by like, man, what is going on? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm nervous about this oral surgery I'm having on Monday.
DNP old did not poop.
Yeah, right. Seriously. And anyway, not to get too graphic.
Right.
So I was driving to work. I'm like, what's near me that yes, B-dubs.
Mm-hmm.
So I realized, what did I have for breakfast? Yogurt. That's it. So I think what I need to throw on top of yogurt is the second thing I've eaten all day are some mango habanero and blazing wings.
Yep. That'll
And
do
boy,
it.
howdy, did it work. I did not leave B-dubs without it working. And I had to, I'm sitting there and I get the note, your meter's about to expire. I'm like, yeah, I better add 15 minutes to my meter here because I'm not.
And that was for the toilet, not for the car.
Yeah. That was, I'm sure I've done it before.
Yeah.
But I was seriously driving to work like, I don't feel right. I don't know if you've ever been bound up. It sucks. It's a horrible feeling. So I'm like, I'm taking care of this now.
Yeah.
I'm not messing around with this anymore. And
it's my colon and I need it now.
exactly. And I will say, better experience this time at B-dubs.
That's good.
Better experience. I got the tenders and the wedges, and they were all wonderful. Very, very good. Got the lunch special, so it was affordable. So I was hard on them a couple of episodes ago, but I still love the food there. And I needed to poop. So it's like,
question though.
Yes.
It's something I've never understood about B-dubs. And I think on like very early episodes of the podcast, I asked about this.
Okay.
Is there still only like one stall in the men's room?
Oh, so I didn't really.
At most, I think I've ever seen 2, but generally it's 1, which makes no sense.
Yeah, you need like 6.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing worse too than when you have that urgency and you go in the bathroom and the stall's taken and you're just like,
right. You're doing the Peter Griffin,
yes,
like the pensive one, not the laughing one.
Yeah. It's and then you're kind of like, is this person just on their phone? Like, can they please hurry up?
Right.
Yeah, but you don't want to, because your body knows when you're in the bathroom.
Yes.
You know, like you're in the car.
Colon GPS is a thing.
That is a great term for it. That is so true. And as soon as you open that bathroom door, you're like, all right, we're here. Let's go. And if that stall's taken, you're like, oh boy, this is not good.
Right. It's the 2020s version of the old video. It's duck and hover instead of duck and cover.
Yes. Yeah. Fortunately, no one was in there.
That's good.
Except a bunch of little like fruit flies were everywhere. But hey, you know what? I'll take it. And it did the job. So thank you, B-dubs, for being both a delicious and affordable lunch and for accomplishing what I needed you to accomplish that day.
The funny thing is, and I think I've mentioned it before on the pod, that I've done the same thing with Blazing Wings.
Yeah.
Where it wasn't because I was backed up. It was, or at least there, it was, I was so stuffed and my sinuses hurt.
Oh, yeah.
So at that point, I was like, Blazing Wings to the rescue. We are going to flush out all the sinuses.
Yep.
And it flushed out everything.
That'll work.
Thankfully, including the sinuses. So it didn't feel like a wasted trip.
Yeah.
But yeah, Buffalo Wild Wings or anything anything's like super spicy, yeah, I get it. And everybody has those times where, you know what? You just need that.
There's probably a healthier way to do it.
Oh, probably.
I'm not really interested in what it is, so don't email me and tell me.
Wait, one of us is not interested in the healthier option?
No, I'm just not. If you're gonna be like, oh, you could also eat a bunch of kale. Or no, not gonna do that. If
I would rather eat the wings than feel like I'm eating dirt.
Yeah, and if I'm gonna have 15 minutes of ass massacre, it might as well be precluded by something delicious.
Was that part of the big box of porn that was given to Andy in 4-year-old version?
Ass massacre, and everyone loves Raymond. That's just a good show.
Yeah. It was between that and Boner Jams 03.
Well, I cannot comment. Shine a light on that. You can see it from space.
Oh God, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know how to transition here, but we're gonna attempt it here. So earlier today, I tried a breakfast place, which for me is rare.
Yeah.
However, I went to a place that I had never gone before going to said breakfast place.
Okay.
I went to a dance recital.
Ah.
Sam's nieces were in a dance recital.
Okay, I'm hoping it's you knew.
Yes, yeah.
You just like drive by a school, be like dance recital, eh? All right.
Right. No.
Look at my on.
Right. So that, for one thing, that was an experience. But I felt like a bad person, but all of us were like holding back laughter. We were sitting like second row. Before they even get started, someone shows up late, and I think it was assigned seating. So she was like cutting in front of like the front middle section. So we're like, kind of a little bit of a negative look towards her until she ate it on the last step and almost face planted. All of us are taking our programs and like putting them over our faces and trying to not laugh because she did this like right next to us.
Oh my God.
And so that set the tone of just like, oh, this is the way it's going to be. But
yeah.
Like the whole dance recital experience was like, it's all little kids. I think it was like all like preschool-ish. So there's the funniness that comes from all that of like one kid literally crying through their entire performance, which was impressive. And then cute. It's totally cute. And there was like one dude in the entire thing of any of the dances and whatever. So he like owned it. So that part was cool. But afterwards, we went to Syrup. There's 3 locations.
Good start on the name.
Yes. Algonquin, St. Charles, and we were at Aurora, which was 1961 West Galena Road in Aurora. And dude, let me tell you, quality breakfast food.
Yeah.
Like real good quality. I got the biscuits and gravy with sausage. Yes, those are potatoes, seasoned really well, and some scrambled eggs. And I'm not even the biggest like egg person by themselves.
Uh-huh.
So yes. So I also like loaded the potatoes and the eggs with hot sauce, or actually, well, Cholula to be specific.
That's the best breakfast.
Yeah. So it was incredible. Like, yes, though, if you're watching on the YouTubes, yes, those are biscuits served in a skillet. Yeah, buddy. It was so good. So like just real quality biscuits and gravy. Like breakfast food is so straightforward. They're not reinventing the wheel. They're just doing everything really, really well. And everything is seasoned well, which sometimes for breakfast gets left to the side.
Yeah.
But man, just like, and after I was done with the biscuits, I was like eating that gravy up just because it had some of that sausage in there still. And man, that like white sausage gravy. Yeah, buddy. It was fantastic. So like, you just want another like quality breakfast option that was there. And we had a significant moment happen there
Oh,
where one of Sam's nieces lost her first tooth in her chocolate chip pancakes. It was like one of the front teeth too.
that's a big payday. That's like
I
20.
know.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I would think so. There's a possibility that the Tooth Fairy is listening to this podcast, and I assume it would be after the exchange of goods. So for a first tooth, especially in a prominent location,
$20.
I would think at least that. Yeah.
Yeah. Inflation. Sorry.
Right.
Sorry, Tooth
Right.
Fairy. It is what it is.
Supply chain issues, man. I don't
That's
know what to tell you.
Something else has to go into those spray paint cans.
Yeah. Also, sidebar, have you ever seen like an x-ray of a child's mouth? Like with all the teeth up there?
Oh, I don't think so. Now I'm going to look
It is
it up. I'm
kind of
curious.
it's kind of frightening. Like they almost look like a car grill.
Okay.
It is. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
pleasant.
All
It's
right,
not pleasant, and it makes you give kids like the side eye a little bit.
Ugh.
Yes.
I
I mean, I get it. Like all those teeth are up there.
Oh, hang on. That's too small.
But
Gotta zoom in.
however, like it is. It's not a great sight.
No, I don't love that either.
No.
It is, yeah, it's disturbing.
Yes.
That's
Yeah, it's like when your mouth looks like a car grill without actually having a grill on, that's not comforting.
No, I don't like that at all. Yeah, we won't be doing that.
No.
I got to see my own the other day,
Yeah.
having my wisdom teeth and my wisdom teeth pulled finally.
Mhm.
35 years after being told to do so. Not 35, probably 30 years after being told to do so.
Mhm.
Because I need a what do you call it? Why I can't think. Implant
Oh yeah.
for this tooth that I broke eating an atomic fireball. I put it like right there and I went, I'm like, that felt a little harder than most times I eat an atomic fireball, that crunch.
Boy, that was a great save.
I caught myself.
Yeah.
For a couple days, I'm like, it feels bruised. Like I thought maybe I had like flossed it too hard.
Sure.
You know, sometimes you get like the inflamed gum. So I went to my normal dentist and she said, I don't know, it looks fine. Let me take an x-ray. And she did. She's like, that tooth is fractured. So now since they're going in to do that, I'm like, we might as well get the wisdom teeth out too.
Yep.
I'm like, whatever. I'm not like scared of the doctor or I actually like going to the dentist because I like feeling clean in my mouth. But I'm worried about the recovery. Like diabetic and 5 teeth removed. That's a lot of teeth removed.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, wisdom and then
true.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a little worried about how so I took 3 days off of work, hoping that's enough. And I said to the surgeon, I said, I talk for a living. Like that's what I do. So like, what's a reasonable expectation to be able to talk normally again? It's like, 2-3 days, you should be fine. I'm like, all right, that's what I'll do.
I would leave it a little, mind you, when I did mine, I was in college and it was summer. So I was just able to chill around the house.
Yeah.
And before I remember, like that's probably okay, but I would, as long as you have the option to take more if you need it. Because it treats everybody different, and who knows, like, painkiller wise, even if it's like you're feeling better a little bit, but it's like with the painkillers, and then it's like, are you thinking clear enough with said painkillers to be able to hold the conversation that you need on the air?
That's going to be interesting. We'll see. So I'll have my buddy Kevin Kaduck on standby just in case I can't do it, because I'm hoping I can. I'm supposed to go see both Dead shows this weekend too, Friday and Saturday. But there I just gotta walk and sit, So I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully it goes smoothly. I think they've made a lot of improvements with wisdom teeth and stuff.
Yeah, it wasn't a big deal either for me. And mind you, I got this done, like I said, when I was in college. So that was a good, between 15 and 20 years ago, which is also wild to say. However, it's about actually like 15 years ago, probably. And I just remember sitting around eating ice cream and mashed potatoes the entire time, which isn't that different than what I do now. But
Yes. Well, Hope's like you're gonna need soft food, so go get yourself some Idaho Golds and bring them home. I'm like, yes, that's like the part I'm actually looking forward to.
Yep.
All right, I got a couple extra things here.
Mhm.
Man, we're getting along. Good thing we have like very few Askafats, so we'll be good.
Mhm.
Tried a new spot in Mokina.
Okay.
Legends Grill and Bar, not Bar and
Mhm.
Grill and Bar. 9710 191st Street in Mokina. Real cool, like kind of a hip I don't want to say upscale, but like elevated bar food.
Okay.
Went on like a weeknight and it was just packed with people. Like we tried to go there once before and the wait was too long. We're like, we don't have time to wait, so we got to go. Every time we've been there, it's been very crowded and with good reason because it was damn good. I got the boneless wings.
Yeah.
I got the buffalo garlic, which were excellent, as you would imagine. They had an Old Bay dry rub.
Oh
Yeah. That was really good. I didn't take any pictures because I'm stupid. But they were really good. So if you're in, I mean, look, they got everything that an elevated bar food place would have: wings, burgers, flatbread pizzas, fancy salads, like whatever you're looking for. Legends Grill and Bar, 9710 191st Street. But those Old Bay seasoned dry rub ones were really, really good. A little bit dry.
Okay.
Like they are a dry rub, but I think when you think of like the dry rub at Wingstop, there's still like a bit of like adhesive to it, I guess you would call it. These were very dry, so I got like half of them with the buffalo garlic, so I would kind of like run them through and sop up some of the sauce that way. But really, really good. I need to make a correction. The puppy chow from Dairy Queen, the puppy chow blizzard does have peanut butter. I didn't taste it because either we went there and it was like 40 degrees that night. So maybe I was too cold to taste it, or maybe because it's something new, they didn't add enough peanut butter for me to taste it. But from what I see, the way it's advertised, it is peanut butter puppy chow. So cross yourself off that list. And I sent you an item from Papa John's.
Yes, you did.
That I thought while watching the show, I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a SNL bit for a product. It was the Doritos Cool Ranch Papadilla, which is, as you'd imagine, a pizza quesadilla, but it was barbecue it was Doritos Cool Ranch flavored. And I texted Rick and I said, which celebrity is endorsing this product? And Rick wasn't able to get it, but he was so close. So many times, DJ Khaled is the endorser of Cool Ranch Doritos Papadilla, which I thought was just brilliant and just perfect. A perfect choice for such an insanely ridiculous product. I will not be trying the Cool Ranch Dorito Papadilla. I have no interest in this. All those things together, pizza, quesadilla, Cool Ranch Doritos, great. I love them all individually.
Sure.
Probably not together. Especially Papa John's.
I think when the Papadilla first came out, they brought some to the score for us to try. And like I had them because it's free and it's there, and other people weren't having them. So I had multiple of them, just, sample size.
Right.
You can't trust just one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was fine. That was good enough for what it was and the fact that it was free.
Yeah.
But seeing this, hearing this, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm out. Yeah. Thank you. And the DJ Khaled thing, just like,
it's perfect.
I think it's funny. We were at Legends when I saw that commercial. It was like on one of the sports games that were going, and I like elbowed Hope and pointed at it. And then DJ Khaled, you know, he's like, oh my God, what's happening?
We the best random pizza product.
What does DJ Khaled do? Is he a rapper? Is he a producer? Like, does he have songs?
I think technically he's much more like featured on other people's stuff.
Yeah. Doesn't he just say his name over and over again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically.
I'm showing my age here.
I mean, you're not far off. I think he's one of those people that it's like, at this point, he's almost like a caricature.
Yeah, but isn't he like mega successful?
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, I got one more thing. Today we had the final of Addie's birthday celebrations, the last of 75 of them, apparently.
Yeah.
And we went to TopGolf. So it was me, Hope, Addie, and then our friends Brian and Sarah went, and our friends Mike and Leah, and then their kids.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone but Addie and her two friends went in one van, and I took Addie and her two friends. And I got an education, man, in the youthful things. There's a new term called pick-me girls.
Oh,
So
no.
a pick-me girl, from what I gathered from eavesdropping,
Okay.
is the kind of girl that would abandon like feminist ideas or like girl power ideas for a man.
Okay.
Okay. If I'm wrong, to our youthful listeners, I'm fatpod@gmail.com. Feel free to correct me. But just from like, okay, what is the tenor of these girls that they're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
This seems to be what it would be. Like the what is it? What's the female version of bros before hoes? I don't know. Whatever the reverse of that is.
Yeah.
Pals before, I don't know. Pals, whatever. It'd be like the opposite of that thought.
Okay.
Okay. So pick me, girl. Anyway, TopGolf.
Interesting. Yes.
Great fun.
Which location, by the way?
Naperville.
Okay.
Very, very fun. Always.
Yes.
It is one of these things where I say, why did I not invent this?
Yes.
Because once you buy the land
Mm-hmm.
and the equipment, I assume the overhead is not astronomical.
Right.
Right? Okay. So an hour in a bay, or no, 2 hours in the bay was $100. So we got 2 bays.
Mm-hmm.
And then we
Were you
always
sitting on the dock of it?
we were not Otis Redding. So we got the 2 bays. Everybody got food. Adults got cocktails.
Mm-hmm.
Total for the night, $600. It was 9 people.
Okay. Okay. Fair. But
9 people with
Still.
cocktails, multiple cocktails, and like
a little
So-
bit of sticker shock there, too, though. You know, just
yes. And it does not include the tip.
Mm,
So we had $200 in gift cards.
Yeah.
Sky Point. Thank
Yes.
God for that. And then split the rest of it. I will say, it is, if you're not going with 9 people, like if you and Sam went,
mhm.
you drop $100 and you, for $200, you're gonna have the night of your life.
Yeah.
The food is way better than it has business being.
Huh.
The food is awesome. Like we got a bunch of stuff. So what we did instead of ordering like entrees was we just got a bunch of apps.
Yeah.
As I burp my beer.
Yeah.
Way to go.
White people tapas.
Yes. So white people tapas night. They had buffalo chicken dip
Yeah.
in a cast iron skillet.
Boy,
They
that's
give you the hot skillet with chips and salsa.
so that was your dream.
It was wonderful. Then we got the chicken nachos. But what they did with these is it was like individual chips, and each of them had toppings on them. And then they like baked it. So you would just pick up a chip and it had everything on it already.
Oh, that's perfect.
It
It's
was
it's
great.
the anti burrito.
Yes. So we got 2 orders of those.
Nice.
We also got the chicken strips, which were very good, but it was like 3, probably not worth doing again.
Yeah.
And then I did sample some of Micah's. He got like Asian sesame boneless wings, which were also great. Addie got a flatbread pizza. They got mac and cheese bites that were excellent.
Nice.
The cocktails were good. It's an awesome time. I know you've never been, but if you and Sam are looking for something fun to do, or anybody,
Yeah.
and here's the deal. I bought these so long ago, I don't remember exactly what it is, but I think you get $100 to Topgolf for $75 at Costco. Like you buy you go to Costco and they have like the cards for stuff. It's like a big cardboard card. You can get White Sox tickets this way too. So you buy them there.
Real hard to get those.
I know, but it's like 4 seats for like $25 a piece or something for socks.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
it's reasonably priced. And
Sure.
the thought is that half these people will forget they bought this.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? So it never gets used. but I think it was 75 for 100, and we just bought 2 of those, and it made the night much more affordable.
Nice.
So it was great. Top Golf is super fun. You don't have to be a good golfer to do it.
Mhm.
It's great. We love going there. We go probably 2-3 times a year, and the part we look forward to is the food. And Addie was kind of bummed because they usually have injectable donut holes,
Yeah.
little munchkins. They have a little syringe with there's one with hot fudge, there's one with caramel, and there's one with like strawberry jelly or whatever.
Sure.
And you literally inject your donut hole, but they were out of those. So she was a little upset. So she got the cookie skillet instead, which was delicious.
Oh yeah, that's sounds terrible to do.
Yeah, she had a really hard time.
Yeah.
But man, it was excellent. It was really, really good.
Oh, I just thought I have one more thing that I had forgotten about. A place that I used to talk about all the time that I just haven't been in a minute.
Yeah.
Part of it's just because of the not being in the area as much. I went to Penn Station for the first time in quite a while. And I walked in, I saw my guy Kevin, hadn't seen him in forever. And it was almost jarring to the point when he looked at me, and you'll laugh. Also, very likely not true, although I don't know for sure. He's like, "Have you lost a little weight?" I was like, honestly, technically, I don't know because I've avoided scales like the plague. However, judging by how clothes fit me, and especially knowing the last time I saw him, no chance in hell. At least from the last time I saw him. So I technically don't know. I literally think it's been a minimum of like 3 years since I've stepped on a scale. Maybe even been in the same room. Or no, I've been in the same room as a scale, but like not stepped on one. But like we were catching up, and then he said that, and I almost literally didn't know how to respond because I don't know the last time that I had been like that had been remarked to me.
Well, there you go. A week after someone told you you're fat, someone told you you're losing weight, so it cancels out.
Right?
How was
and
your
also
Penn Station?
Station's delicious.
Yeah. What's your
Like-
go-to there?
Their Italian sub is fantastic. So I get their Italian sub, like the regular size, like their bread is so good.
Yeah.
The melted cheese on there, and I got a medium fry because I know I hadn't had it in forever. And their fries are fantastic. Like you literally see them. It's like, oh, here's the potato, boom, goes through the thing. You have your fries right into the fryer. They're fresh, super crispy, and it's just you're able to get fries with a sub. Yes. And I hadn't had their cookies in a while either, so I got a cookie as well.
Good
and
for
it's
you.
good. So yeah, Penn Station is over on Butterfield, in that like Lombard / Oakbrook area. I don't remember what it's actually considered, but it's around there. So if you're in the area, seek it out.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Speaking of subs, I have achieved a fat achievement this week. I'm going to tell you about it after I tell you about our friends at Frato's Culinary Kitchen, 628 South Roselle Road in Schaumburg. FratosPizza.com, FratosBakery.com. Follow them on Instagram at Fratos Pizza. It is home of the I'm Fat Burger, the I'm Fat Pizza, the I'm Fat Grilled Cheese, and several other awesome things. Everything at Frato's is amazing. I could literally just read you the menu, and everything I'm going to read you is going to be good, but you should check it out for yourself. Go to FratosPizza.com, place an online order, use that promo code I'm Fat, and you'll save 10% on your order every time at Frato's Pizza. You got a holiday coming up, by the way, a birthday, a anniversary, something like that. Go to FratosBakery.com, get yourself some of the brownies, some of the cookies. They make a great gift. They come in 2-pound boxes. Every item is individually wrapped, so you don't have to worry about like how many get through 2 pounds of brownies before they go bad. They don't. They're all individually wrapped. They last forever. They're absolutely terrific. The best cookies I've ever had. I stand by that. Rick agrees. Great brownies too. FratosBakery.com. But again, that 10% code works at FratosPizza.com for your online orders. It never expires. Just use that code I'm Fat and you'll save 10%. So speaking of Italian subs, I made my special trip, as I always do, to JP Graziano. I go every week.
Yep.
Talked about them last week. I had their big Cheetos that they make. And Jim Graziano, the owner, proprietor. I walk in, he goes, "Hey Jay, Italian with hot muffaletta?" I'm like, yes. I'm on a first name basis, and he knows my order.
Yes.
That is that is an honor for
It
a
really
place
is.
to know me and know my order. I feel like that is like a Chicago achievement. Like I should get some sort of like medal or special title because of that. Like that's a cool thing. That place has been in business since like 1935 or like something. Like Jim is the fourth generation owner of that place. It is an institution. And for me to have established my relationship with Graziano solidly enough for him to say, "Hey Jay, I know your order. Is that what you want?" Yes. Great order. Boom. It'll be ready in a second. Go pay. I've done it. And I brought home some of the hot muffaletta spread. I've been making subs at home. I'm getting good at it.
Yeah.
Deli Partons might be a possibility. I made one for myself. So I got the Caminito ham from Greenridge Farm. Dietz and Watson has a hot honey chicken lunch meat. That's great. So those two, slice of American cheese. I cut up a little slices of tomato on there. I got the Dietz and Watson, like the hoagie spread, like the oil with the seasoning.
Yes.
The hot muffaletta, some salt, some pepper. Bam. Made the sandwich. Said, "Addie, take a bite of this." She said, "Make me one of those right now." I'm like, "I'm gonna." So I made it for her. Boom. And she's like, "I'm gonna put sour cream and cheddar ruffles on mine." And I said, "You are my child, and I am proud."
Yes.
Good job. And she did, and it was delicious. So I'm very proud of myself for having a first name basis with Jim Graziano.
That's huge.
Great. It's great. It's a great place. It is skyrocketing to my favorite Chicago places. It may soon be worthy.
Wow.
It's getting there.
Oh, last quick thing. I know we're running behind. I was at Mariano's.
Yes.
I saw they had Prime in stock. So because you've had those, I saw the energy drink ones too. So I was like, well, let me try an energy drink one. Oh boy, we're at 2, 3. Jay might have a problem. We're at 4. 5 bottles. I think 3 different varieties. 6. Are these all empty?
Yeah.
7. This proves 2 things. 1, Jay drinks a lot of Prime, and 2, Jay is lazy as shit about taking his Prime bottles up from the basement.
I got a nice garbage can right here. It's not full yet.
Oh, okay.
That's 9 bottles of Prime within reach.
So I figured let me try the energy ones just so I can differentiate a little bit.
Yeah.
And I had the strawberry watermelon. Very good.
Yes.
Like kind of like how you describe the taste is like essentially like if it was Kool-Aid kind of. Very similar to that with the
I say melted popsicle. That's how I describe
melted popsicle. That's right.
Yeah. Yep.
I like equated those 2 things. They are very close, but
similar.
Yeah. And then what's the green one?
Lemon lime.
Is that lemon lime? I had that one too.
Yep.
Love them both, and gave me the bit of an energy boost that I needed. So
nice.
Here for it.
I have not tried the energy drink, but I will soon. All right. Is it time to ask the Fats?
Oh, we're overdue.
Bless me, Father, for I've sinned. It's been 1 week since my last confession.
Okay, my son. What is your confession?
I'm fat.
Ask a Fat is brought to you by our buddy, Charlie the Bacon Guy, and here he is with this week's Bacon Report.
Thanks, Jay. This week we have maple pepper, Cajun, jardinera, jalapeno garlic, sriracha, 6 pepper, and chorizo bacon. Bacon jams are the original, pineapple, cherry jalapeno, and mango habanero. I'll be making some more bourbon next week, so keep an eye out for that. As always, the t-shirts, hats, beanies, magnets, buttons, stickers, hockey jerseys are all available. Don't forget, if you want any flavor of bacon I've already made, just let me know and give me the time to make it, and we'll make it for you. Really looking forward to filling up your bellies with some more fun bacon flavors. Until next week, for the Bacon Report, I'm Charlie the Bacon Guy.
Get yourself some bacon. CharlieTheBaconGuy@gmail.com. Charlie the Bacon Guy on Instagram. You're going to want to follow that for some bacon porn. That's for damn sure. And at CZ the Bacon Guy on Twitter. Get in touch with him through any of those avenues, and Charlie will get his bacon to you. Trying to make this a full-time thing for Charlie. So jump on, place your order, help him out. That Jardinera bacon, I am telling you, if you're like, that sounds interesting, order it now. It is everything you imagine it to be and more. It is absolutely wonderful. Everything he makes is wonderful, but that Jardinera bacon especially is great. The first time I tried it, Rick, was when he was at the United Center for a Hawks game, and he brought in pocket bacon, where he brings in bacon wrapped in a paper towel in a Ziploc bag in his coat pocket.
Nice.
He met me and Greg and Mario from the CHGO Blackhawks thing, and like a drug dealer, opened up his coat, pulled out the bag, said, "Here's some bacon for you fellas. First hit's free." And we were like, oh my God. It had been probably in his sweaty coat pocket all the way from Woodridge to the United Center. We did not care. And it was absolutely wonderful. Get in touch with Charlie. Get yourself some bacon. You will not regret it. All right. We've got no voicemails this week, which is fine. If you want to leave us one, the number is 708-858-3314. So we're going to start with the emails. Email us, imfatpod@gmail.com. And that's what our buddy and unofficial producer, Russ Schneider, did. He said, I've been to a few Aurelio's locations, but I've never been to the original location in Homewood. It's been mentioned many times to request the old oven. What is different with the old oven? Okay, I know the oven is older, but how is the pizza different? If it's so much better in the old oven, you'd think everyone would be requesting it and the new oven wouldn't be used. Well, that might be true, Russ. They also might not actually put it in the old oven and just pretend and say, yeah, we put it in the old oven. Yep, that's for sure. And it could definitely be like a absolutely like psychosomatic, is that the right word? Thing.
Sure.
But I think when you get it in the old oven, it just has more of a seasoned taste to it. Like, you know, you cook in an older cast iron skillet versus a new one, or an older grill versus a newer one. It's kind of just taken time and gotten rid of some of the, I don't know, like the manufacturing flavors that can be in there, and you're just left with like years and years and years of pizza goodness. And I'll say this. I only really like Aurelio's from the Homewood one. It's just not typically not my preferred Chicago pizza. Like, it's pizza. I don't dislike it by any means, but before I moved here, Aurelio's was like at the bottom of my list because just, I don't know, I didn't like the sauce or whatever it was. The Homewood one is different and better, and I think it's because I always order from that old oven, and it just gives it a little more of that seasoned flavor, or like a bit of a I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a more well done kind of a taste. So it kind of cuts through the sweetness a little bit for me, which has always kind of been my thing with Aurelio's a little bit.
I think that's fair. Yeah, because it is a sweeter sauce. Like, that's just the thing, you're signing up for it.
Right.
And that's perfectly fine. Like, every once in a while, like, I'll get that taste for it. I'm someone that wants a little more of like a spicy sauce, or probably we're along the same lines of what we would generally want. But yeah, like, especially when I went in there and got to like make a pizza with Joe for one time and like put it in the old oven myself, like, it did taste different than Aurelio's that I had. So Homewood Aurelio's different with the snorting emoji. That's the social media term of like that it is different. And I think you're probably right that it is that extra bit of whatever is the remnants in that oven helping to cut through that sweetness just a little bit.
Yeah. It's really good. And I think I told you, like, I my go-to pizza everywhere is just a sausage pizza. Aurelio's, like, it's spinach, tomato, and garlic. That's my go-to Aurelio's pizza. And that has become one of my favorite pizzas, period. Like, I think it's great because all of those things kind of, again, cut through the sweetness of that sauce a little bit, add a little bit of like a bitterness to it, and it's excellent. The garlic especially is great.
Yes.
So yeah, that's become my go-to. But yeah, there's definitely a difference.
Okay. The next one here is from John, formerly in Streamwood, who is now living in Wheaton. Hey, Jay and Rick, I've been watching my parents' dogs while they and my two sisters are seeing family in Nashville. They drove down there, and that got me thinking, how would you build your road trip gas station snack starting 5?
Oh,
With the positions being number 1, fruity and sugary candy.
nice.
Number 2 being chocolate candy.
Okay.
3 being chips / salty snack.
Okay.
4 being drink.
Ooh.
And 5 being a wild card, anything regularly found in an interstate gas station.
Okay. See, this one's pretty simple for me.
Okay.
My fruity sugary candy is going to be something of the gummy variety.
Mhm.
Gummy bears, maybe Sour Patch Kids, whether I'm in the mood for sour or not sour gummies. But the fruity thing is always going to be a gummy something.
Okay.
I really like the Twin Snakes that Haribo make. That's kind of been my go-to. And the Berry Clouds are really good ones too. Those are kind of newish, or at least new to me.
Yeah.
Chocolate candy. It's not my go-to typically, but for a road trip, I'm going with some sort of M&M variety.
Okay.
Usually a standard M&M. Occasionally the peanut butter M&M. My chips and salty snacks. If it's just for me, I'm getting pizza combos. If I'm sharing it with the car, it's Cool Ranch Doritos. My go-to drink used to be lemon lime Gatorade Zero, but now it would be probably the blue raspberry prime.
Mhm.
And then my wild card, boy, I think I've kind of gotten everything I need. I'd probably get some kind of like seeds or nuts or something that can kind of like occupy my chewing, if that makes sense. Something to just keep me like mouth busy. So
Sure.
Yeah.
There's no good way to say it.
That's why I always get peanuts at a baseball game, because I know it's going to last me a long time and I'm not just going to keep ordering food.
Yeah.
So, yeah, probably something like that, like peanuts or sunflower seeds or something, just to keep me occupied.
Okay. For me, the fruity and sugary candy generally is still going to be Skittles. Although in the car, admittedly, can be a little treacherous.
Yeah.
With Skittles, but that's going to be my go-to. The chocolate candy, probably just because I know it's everywhere, is probably going to be Twix. It could be, it could be 100 grand if it's there. And when I'm done with mine, I'll read John's as well, because I should have done that. The chip and salty snack, just give me like your traditional Chex Mix.
Okay.
Love Chex Mix. Regular or with the bagel chip?
Yes.
Yeah, like both are good. I prefer
nice variety.
I actually like the like basic sans bagel chip.
Okay.
Myself. The drink. That's one where I don't necessarily have a standard. I think as of late, like I'm trying to think of all the trips I made up to the Mayo Clinic with my brother. A lot of these, it was because of how cheap they are. The cherry limeade ice drink.
Oh, okay.
So it's not necessarily like the best, but that's just kind of what it's been. And the wild card peppered beef jerky.
Nice. See, I like your list. See, the only thing is, like, if I get a candy bar, it's not going to last. I'm going to get a candy bar and go, I'm going to eat the candy bar and it's gone.
True.
That's why, like an M&M or something that's got a little more, like I'll have a handful and I'll have another handful. It just lasts longer. That's my idea on a road trip, is I want things to last, but that's really good. And then what did John have?
Okay, John's was Starburst for the fruity sugary candy. The only problem is unwrapping those, but
yeah, but it occupies you.
That's true. His chocolate candy is Twix, which good.
Yep,
Chip and salty snack is Frito's honey barbecue twist. That's a fantastic option.
That's great.
His drink is the Arizona black and white tea. And the wild card is the Tornado, which is the taco and cheese.
I don't think I've ever seen those. Do you know what those are?
Unless he's talking about it being something that's off a roller.
Oh, yes. Yes, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Gotcha. That's pretty good.
Yes. I like that question too.
Yeah. Thanks, John. That's great. All right, got one here from Nick H. This is a long one. I know Nick. I went to college with Nick. Good man. You might have worked with Nick. Nick Hepner. He's an engineer. I'm sure you know Nick, Rick.
Probably. Yeah.
Nick from Evanston here says, Jay, last time I saw you, you assured me that even though I'm a normie, that fat is a mindset and it's fine for me to listen. That's true. That's good because the pot always puts a smile on my face, is good for a few laughs, and most importantly, gives places to go for good food. Having said that, I have a bone to pick of sorts. Uh-oh. Last week, Rick talked about how the weather is starting to warm up and perspiration season is upon us. As we have established, I'm a normie, but I'm here to tell you sweat does not discriminate. If there was a perspiration Olympics, I would definitely be on the medal stand. If it's the mid 70s and high humidity, I break a sweat walking out the front door.
Yep.
I too can break a sweat just sitting. I guess what I'm saying is I know your pain, and us normies can have heavy perspiration as well. Okay.
Fair.
Second, Nick says he was in Vegas a few weeks ago, and the last few times he visited, he's been seriously disappointed in the buffet situations, but has been visiting Vegas for 20 plus years and goes once a year. He remembers a Vegas in which almost all hotels had a buffet, and it was usually reasonably priced with at least decent food. Now there are fewer buffets left, and the ones that remain, the quality is not the same. Even the Wynn, which I considered a fairly high-end buffet, was a disappointment. I realized COVID played a role in the downfall of the buffet, but come on, Vegas, step it up. 2 recommendations from Nick's last trip. He says, first, I went to Crossroads Kitchen at Resorts World Hotel and Casino, and it was excellent. My brother is a vegan. Please forgive him. And Crossroads is a plant-based Italian and Mediterranean restaurant. I had the bolognese, and if I didn't know any better, I would have known it wasn't vegan. It was excellent. Second is the Lotus of Siam and Flamingo. It's probably my favorite restaurant in America. It's Thai, and it never disappoints. You have to have a reservation, so plan accordingly, but it's worth it. Do either of you have any Vegas restaurants that you enjoy? You ever been to Vegas, Rick?
I haven't. For as much as I'm into betting, I've never been to Vegas.
Yeah, I'm trying to. It's been so long since I've been to Vegas. I'm trying to remember. I think when I was in Vegas, we just did let's find the cheapest stuff to eat.
Sure.
Just so we have money to waste gambling.
Yep.
I think I ate probably the worst quality and worst food items I've ever eaten on my trip to Vegas, just because it was let's just get to the next day. Mm-hmm. There were a couple times when I went to buffets, and that was 20 years ago when they were great, and it was prime rib and that was awesome. But yeah, I've not been in so long, I couldn't even tell you. But I know a lot of our listeners go to Vegas all the time, so thanks for the scoop. I'm sure they'll appreciate that.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's something I have to do at some point. Hopefully, via a job or something like that at some point, I will be able to go.
That would be great. You would love it.
Yeah, because the funny thing is for me, I've only been in casinos a few times. I'm not good. So things that worry me about going to Vegas, and I'll make this quick because I know we're running way over.
You're fine.
Is I understand the basics of the games, but not understanding, not even just the little intricacies of where the edges are made and all the probability and whatever. Not especially in blackjack, not pissing people off because I'm not doing the right thing for the table. Yes. As opposed to maybe just for me, something that would be just a complete blind spot to me.
The etiquette.
The etiquette of it all. That's what scares me. There's still plenty of it, in terms of games that I don't even totally understand, honestly, because I've never really thought twice about it too. But I want to go. I want to go with a vet, so that way I can be shepherded through my first experience.
Well, yeah, I'm with you on that. That's why I don't play blackjack, because I know there's an etiquette and I don't know it. And I think it would serve Vegas well to have hey, it's my first time here. Put me to a beginner. I don't know how, but the problem with that is how do you prove it?
Yeah.
Because then some card shark's going to be I never played before. Oops, I won. I keep winning. You know what I mean? But maybe there should be a class or hey, a few things to know before you play blackjack. Don't hit on this or whatever.
Right.
Right. I don't know that stuff, so I just never play. When I was in Vegas, I played roulette because there is an etiquette, but you're still just basically playing your own, what you think. So I would play So there's like a minimum bet, right? So you can do,
Sure.
like, let's say it's a $5 minimum bet.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do 5 on red or 5 on black, or you can spread $5 on the numbers.
Okay.
So usually I would do all the numbers of the retired Blackhawks, which at the time was 1, 3, 9, 21, 35.
Okay.
So 5. And then I would choose 5 on either red or black.
Okay.
I know it's not a smart way to play, but I was like, this makes sense to me, and I'm going to just do that. And I usually did decently.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of stay out of people's way that way. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, there's etiquette. There's etiquette, and that scares me when I mess with it. The other thing, too, is you and I both worked for Odyssey for a long time. So expendable income wasn't really a thing for either of us.
Right. But there were plenty of trips to be had to Vegas, and Lord knows the people that got to go were showing a good time. Follow us on all of our social media at I'mFatPod, I'mFatPod at gmail.com. Check out the Patreon as well. Throw $1 or $2 our way if you like. I'mFatMerch.com for our TeePublic shop. If there's not a sale right now, wait a half hour. There might be.
Yep.
At that point, youtube.com/I'mFatPodcast. Subscribe to it. Like each video. Even if you end up just listening on the regular feed and you don't watch the videos, like each video. It helps us out a good amount. And then subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, unsubscribe, and resubscribe to the regular podcast feed. We have everything going on Spotify as well. Leave us the old 5-star rating and review. And the best thing you can do is check out all of our sponsors, Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, Frato's Culinary Kitchen, and our new sponsor, Nik and Ivy Brewing Company. The Runyon Red Ale was awesome, and it is gone. So it was fantastic. Go check them out in Lockport. So for Jay, I'm Rick, and this is the I'm Fat Podcast.
I hope you have a fantastic day.